Greetings. Glad you came back. Hope you enjoy this video. Hope you've enjoyed other videos. So, yesterday I went to a seminar that was called Get Motivated. And motivational seminar, it was an all-day thing. Basically, we were there from 7:15 until pretty much 5 p.m. Oh my God, that's a long day. I'm just going to admit to it. That was a really long day, especially for someone like me who stays up really late. I had trouble getting to sleep early, and then I pretty much mentally didn't wake up till probably around 11 a.m. Even with that, I had a good time and went with my wife and my friend Kelvin. We listened to a whole bunch of motivational speakers throughout the day, and it was quite interesting. There were a few people who had products that they were promoting, and, you know, basically with the idea of trying to make money, and there's never anything wrong with making money. There was a guy who promoted some books, which was pretty cool, but it wasn't overly pushy, and I pretty much like that. The two speakers I enjoyed the most, of course, one is Jim Boeheim, who's the coach of the Syracuse University basketball team. I live in the Syracuse area, and our team made the Final Four this year, so I was really happy with that, and so were the people who stayed. And then Les Brown. And y'all have to know who Les Brown is. He's one of the top speakers in the world, travels all over the world, talking all kind of good stuff to people. And so you had, all these different types of motivational speakers, and all of them were good. I'm just going to tell you the truth. All of them were good. But there was an interesting thing. About half of them talked in some shape or form about the topic of spirituality. And to them, it was very important. Now, one guy tried to say that it had nothing to do with religion, but then he pretty much talked about religion. So, you take that for what it's worth. I am not a religious person. I'm sorry. I don't have a belief in any deity whatsoever. I don't support any religion. If religions make people feel better and help them with their lives, that works out well. I don't have any of that. So it's a weird thing where it comes to me talking about spirituality. I don't really have spirituality. However, I do believe that, folks have to have something to believe in, or something that, they can kind of pull out and say, yes, this is one of those kind of things that helps keep me going. And this is not a religion or anything, and I'm going to explain a little bit more about this. And I'm going to call it Law of Attraction. Some of you may have seen the movie The Secret. You may have read some book that I can't remember right now about a guy. But, you're talking about the Law of Attraction. And basically what the Law of Attraction says is that if you think about something in a certain way, somehow the universe helps you get that. Now, it could be good or it can be bad. If you're always thinking the worst, and I know a lot of people who think that the world is just trying to defeat them and kick them and beat them down, and their friends are no good and their lives are no good and whatever. You know what? Their lives probably are. And it's more of a way of thinking. It's how you look at things. If you think about things positively, more things happen for you positively. You're certainly going to feel a lot better than feeling negative. And that's really just the gist of Law of Attraction. Now, you have some people who put it down because they say, oh, you're just trying to tell everyone that all you have to do is think about stuff and it comes to you. And that's absolute nonsense. You have to work for everything that you get. That's what this world is all about. You definitely have to work for it. But it doesn't have to be crushing. I mean, you can look at your job a couple of different ways. You can look at it as this drudgery that you have to do every single day. You go there, you're miserable from 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or whatever. You're miserable. You go through it though, because once you're done, they pay you some little pittance of money, and then you can go out and buy food, put gas in your car, go home and watch TV. Maybe you can go out to the bar every couple of weeks with your friends and have beer, or you can go bowling. By the way, I love bowling, but I can't bowl anymore because of my knees. Just a sidebar there. But that's how you see it. And then you get your weekend, and sometimes they give you vacation pay, and you don't have enough money to go anywhere. And you can see your life like that. And that's kind of a negative way of looking at it. Or you can look at it a different way. You can say, you know what? I love going to work, not because it's necessarily the best place in the world, but I can learn something. I can learn something every single day I go. I can work to try to be the best I can be. And a couple of things could happen. One, they may promote me. Or two, I learn enough so that I can go somewhere else where they're going to pay me more money and give me a chance to shine, and maybe they'll promote me. And if they don't, I'll learn everything I can there and I'll move on. And having that positive attitude is something that's infectious. People are drawn more to people who are positive. And, it's a better way to live. I just, me personally, I think that's a better way to live. I'm not going to say it's easy because, it's in a weird way. It's like, well, it's like Star Wars and it's like Harry Potter. You have, in Star Wars, you have the Force and you have the dark side. In Harry Potter, you have good magic and you have dark magic. And dark magic is powerful. The dark side of the Force is very powerful. It sounds weird to say, but it's easy to be depressed. It is so easy. That's how come so many people are that. And you know what else? It's easy to be poor, or it's easy to be quote unquote cash poor, where you have cash but you owe so much in debt that it's hard to overcome. It's easy. Why? Because that's defeatist. It is really tough to be thinking the other way. That's how come I think it's, what is it, 1%? 1%, the top 1% rich people have more money than the other 99% combined. Think about that for a bit. That's why, you don't find a lot of billionaires who are really depressed people. It just doesn't work like that. You will find some millionaires who are, and, that's just how life is. Everyone can't be happy. But I don't think I've ever heard of a single depressed billionaire. Probably the only one might have been Howard Hughes, but we think Howard Hughes, had some issues. So I don't know that he was necessarily depressed. He might have had some kind of bipolar thing or whatever. There were rumors that he had a disease that helped affect his mind. I'm staying out of that. But this is my thought about law of attraction. You do find ways to get the things that you want or you need to work your way towards living a better life. Like I said, I don't necessarily see that as like spiritual. It's just something that I really believe in. And my life has actually done that quite often. When I can get out of a thing where, like, I may have some days where I'm trying to make some business calls and I can't get anybody on the phone. I can't get anyone to talk to me. I get secretaries who either won't let me leave voicemail or will. You can't get anyone to return a call. You send out emails and no one ever responds. I read a book called Go for No, and you know what? I can't even get people to say no sometimes because I can't get them to return anything. And you get depressed. And, my last video was talking about my 15th year in business. But the truth of the matter is sometimes you just get beaten down and you feel defeated and you feel like you're just battling. And when you're in that mode, which is very easy to do, it's hard to get anything done. It's hard to sleep. It's hard to eat. At least I still work out. But, it's really tough. But when I find that mode where I can be a little bit more positive and I can be really positive, things just sometimes seem to happen without me even recognizing it. Out of the blue, I'll get a call from someone saying, hey, we need such and such done. And, suddenly there's money coming in and life is really good. And you're like, wow, how did that happen? And how do I get more of it? And it really has to do with staying motivated and staying positive. And that's really the law of attraction. Like I said, it's not just dreaming about stuff, but it does take action. For instance, when I'm in a positive mode, then I don't mind doing the writing and I don't mind doing the phone calling because I know, okay, you know what? I'm getting close. I'm taking actions. And like I said, one of the weird things is that stuff comes out of the blue that has sometimes nothing to do with what I do for business. But it's people who sometimes want to pay you. It's like, wow, really? I love this. Earlier this year is a great example. I was a contract that I was shooting for this hospital in, I think it was Connecticut. And it didn't go well. I mean, it didn't go through. I never heard anything. It just died out. So I said, you know what? Okay, I'm done with that. I've chased these people for like 4 weeks. I'm done with that. And within a couple of days of that, I get this notice out of the blue from someone who wants me to write articles for them, and they want to pay me a nice chunk of change to write articles for them. And they were healthcare related articles, which is a field I knew well. I said, wow, really? Never heard of them before? I had to ask the person, how did you find out about me? And they said they had seen an article I wrote somewhere and then came and read some other articles and said, hey, this guy can write some stuff for us. And so for a while, I was writing these articles for these people and they were paying me really well. Like, wow, isn't that nice? That's really how it works. So I'm doing this video today because I want to just tell all of you that it's better to find something that makes you feel good. You can call it law of attraction. You can call it positivity. You can call it motivation. You can call it inspiration. It doesn't matter how you do it. The thing says that if you're sitting around moping, feeling sorry for yourself, and not necessarily liking your friends, or maybe there's something you want to do and people are beating you down over it or whatever, you know what? Change your environment. Go watch some funny movies. You know, go to the lake for a walk. Okay, I got a lake about a mile away, so I can go to the lake for a walk. But, you know, go do something. And read a book. Les Brown recommends, I'm not going to recommend this, by the way, only because I realize how tough it is. But Les Brown recommends reading one motivational book a week. No, you know what? That's a whole lot. You know, I just want to recommend maybe you try a book every couple of months. But there's all kind of motivational, there's a ton of motivational videos right here on YouTube. I listen to that stuff. I have my books, but I listen to everything else as well because I need a variety of things just to keep my mind going. I listen to my classical music, and then I'll listen to my disco. Don't be hating on disco. I'm just letting you know. A little bit of Alicia Bridges singing I Love the Nightlife makes me really happy. I'm just saying. So find some positive things for your life and just go out there and achieve things. Work the best you can. You know, if you saw the little avatar that I had, the picture for this video, you saw me holding a $10 million check, which I can't find right now. Where'd that check go? Here we go. $10 million check. Look at that. Okay, that's not real. That's not the point. On my wall, I have $1 million check. That's one of my goals, is to someday have someone write me a check for $1 million. Think about that for a minute. Think about how good you would feel if someone handed you a check for $1 million. Now, say your dream is $1 million and someone hands you a check for $100,000. Are you going to cry and scream and say, they only wrote me a check for $100,000? I don't think so. What if someone wrote you a check for $50,000 or $25,000 and you weren't really expecting it? Are you going to feel bad? What if you won a contest and the contest said that they were going to totally renovate your house if you own a house, or that they were going to send you on a trip around the world and pay all of your expenses and, you know, put you in the best hotels? Are you going to cry about that because you didn't get that $10 million or that $1 million? I don't think so. Like I said, you dream big, you work towards certain things in your life, you really work towards being happy. And if your dreams are big enough and you're positive enough and you can stay motivated enough, then you might not necessarily hit that, but you're going to feel better and you're going to do a lot better than you are if you're always feeling bad and depressed and negative and everyone's beating you down. That's what I got to say for it. So, like I said, law of attraction, if you need to go the true spirituality route, if that helps to motivate you to do stuff, then you go that route. But that's what I have. So let me know your thoughts on this, your feelings. Let me know what you try to do when you need to start feeling better about things. I'd really like to know. That's all I got. Y'all take care. Have a great week.